So you're thinking of moving to East Tennessee. Well, today we're going to go through the buying process, give you an idea of what to expect when you're buying a home, a permanent home, or an investment home.
The first thing we're going to look at is the home buying process. Of course, the first thing you want to do is meet with Renee and I.
That's right.
To determine where you want your house, what kind of house you want, what you're looking for, what area you like to be in, what you want to be close to.
Yeah, they're just kind of and if you haven't been to the area, give us an idea of what you expect and we can kind of search out the best areas for what you'd like. And of course, you can always check out our other videos that give you an idea of some of the resorts and the other places you can look at, in town.
And you also want to get pre-approved for a loan so you'll know how much you can afford for a home. You don't want to look at a house and it be too much.
Right, or too little. Be looking underneath your price range. But it's best if you check with a couple of people. We can give you a mortgage lender. We can give them, like a credit union. It's better to check with at least two. So you have an idea of what you can possibly do, and they all have different kinds of programs. So be sure and tell them if you're a first-time home buyer or a firefighter or...
they have special loans, so they would know more. They keep up with that.
Yes, so it is very important that you call and get pre-approved so that you can come in with confidence when you find a home and you can just go right in and put in your offer.
And then it's time for us to search for homes. We just put in your criteria, 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, whatever it is you're looking for in the price range, and see what's available.
Right, and we want to take a broad look first. We look at everything first. We don't want you to miss out on anything. We look at for sale by owners and what's in our MLS and then what we know about personally. So we make sure that you get the broad spectrum, and then we narrow it down and narrow it into what exactly will work for your family or your investment.
And once you find the one that you really like, let me tell you, you'll know it when you first walk in. We know which one it is. You make an offer on this property.
Yes, and it's important that you make it a very good offer when you first start, because although we are not always in a competing market like we were in the previous year where you had to battle for it, we're in more of a normal market here now. But truly, investments that have good return showing, or permanent homes in a price, what we call a sweet price, will get multiple offers. So you want to come in strong on your offer so that you'll be sure and be awarded the contract.
Then we negotiate. They'll ask for more earnest money, or they want you to have your inspection within certain many days, and the different contingencies they'll not want. So
like they might want to close on a closing date that's sooner than what you had in your offer, or you may have put that you want them to put fresh mulch in the yard or something, and they say no, we don't want to do that. There are a lot of things that they can be negotiating. So we'll help you through that, and we'll get you the best arrangement that you can have that's going to work for you.
And once you get that contract accepted,
hooray,
you go into escrow. Yay! You send in your earnest money deposit. You do your home inspection. You get everything. You do everything per the contract. And of course, you have certain days you have to get everything done in.
Yes, and that's very important. We watch the number of days. So if you say you're going to have your inspection done in a certain amount of time, it's very important we get that done in that time frame, because then you have just a certain amount of time to negotiate anything that you need repaired or improved or whatever it might be. And so we can come to a resolution in the number of days that are on the contract. So all of this is very important, and I'd say the number one thing besides, the inspection is be sure that you make your full application for your loan within the time frame stipulated on the contract.
Definitely. And then after all your inspections and everything is done, we go through the final details. We check to make sure everything's been done. We're ready. The lender gets ready. And we go to closing.
Yay, that's the wonderful day. That's the exciting day. We get everything done. Now, we do want to caution you about one thing though. When you go to do your closing, you need to be careful about certain things you do between the time you get your contract and the time you close.
So now that you have your contract and you're ready, you're buying this home. Before closing, there are certain things that you need to stay away from.
Right.
One thing is, do not change jobs, become self-employed, or quit your job.
Oh yes, and sometimes people don't even think about it. And trust me, these things we're telling you now have actually happened, or they wouldn't be things we need to tell you. So you get to the closing table and someone just remembers that last week they quit their job because they knew they were moving here. So this is stuff that can derail your contract, stop you from getting your loan. So these are very important items to think about.
Also, don't go out and buy you a new car, truck, or a van, or you may be living in it.
That's right, yes. Yes, those big expensive items, it takes a hit on your credit and it's going to show up. You don't want any big amounts moving in your accounts till after you close, from the time you make application until the time you close.
And don't use your credit cards excessively. Or let your current accounts fall behind, because it makes a big difference.
Yeah, and then the money you have set aside for closing, because your lender will tell you have to have so much in there for your closing costs or whatever you have to bring to the table, your down payment. And then you also have to have like a month's worth of what it would, your payment, your insurance and everything in your account, so that they know that you're going to be able to handle this purchase. So don't go spending any of that money. Hang on to it till after you close.
And when you're doing your loan application, make sure you put all your debts and liabilities, because it's going to come up one way or another.
Yes.
It's going to come up.
And better soon than later, because we can deal with it at the beginning. At the end, it makes things very difficult for everyone.
And I know you're excited, you're buying a new home and you want to go out and buy new furniture. Don't until after closing, please.
And that is like even more true on investments, because they know I can make this so much better if I change up the furnishings and go with the theme and all. And you get very excited and you start making these purchases. It could really harm you. Just make a plan to do it after. It'll be a whole lot more fun because you won't have any problems.
And don't go applying for any new loans to get inquiries on your credit, because the lender has already pulled your credit. And if you go apply for a new credit, that's going to show up.
Yes, and one thing that they do is they check, obviously, your credit when you make the application. But right before you close, they run everything again just to make sure things have not changed. So it's very important that no big surprises come up.
And if you have any large deposits, which is awesome, but check with your loan officer about that deposit and where you need to put it and where it's come from. They don't like surprises.
Yes, and don't change your bank account. We don't need anybody changing their bank account before they get here. So just wait till after you close. You can take care of all those details at that time.
And if your friend or family or somebody would like for you to co-sign a loan, don't do that for anyone, because that will show up and they will fund it.
Yes, and that will just really hurt your thing. So if you can manage to keep away from those 10 items, you're going to have a wonderful closing. So, and when you have a wonderful closing, then you get to purchase a home. And a home or an investment home builds up appreciation. Over the long haul, we have had many years where your home has appreciated in value, and that really helps you when you go to sell or refinance.
And the benefits of home ownership is you have equity. You build equity in your home. And you're paying, when you pay rent every month, it's like you're just paying interest only. But when you buy a home, you build up that equity and you have something to work for.
Right, and that's going to give you, having a home will also give you tax savings. There's always that extra benefit. And also, in particular, on investment homes, you really get some great tax breaks. So you want to check on that if you're buying an investment home. That really helps your return on investment. But in a regular home, you are going to get to count off on your taxes, your interest that you pay on the loan, and also many things are deducted for improvements on your home. And it may not be at the immediate time that you do it, but when you go to sell, a lot of times that helps because you've made improvements, and that helps on capital gains taxes.
And home values, they've been well documented in history. They go up every year usually. The increase becomes equity you can benefit from, you can refinance, or when you come to sell, you've got that equity build up to go buy you another home.
Right, and people, it's been studied that people who own rather than rent,
Yes.
yes, stay in their home like 4 years longer than anyone else, and that's just the opportunity to build up exactly what Deanna was talking about, equity.
And did you know that research has shown that homeowners, their children earn higher test scores than renters?
Yeah,
They have a higher percentage.
I imagine
Yeah.
that's true because they've got the comfort of knowing that they're going to be going back to the same place over and over again. And guess what? That creates happiness, and everybody being happy is what we're all about. You get a feeling of pride by owning your
Yeah.
own property. You can buy a dog.
You can plant a tree wherever you want, usually.
Yeah, and paint it whatever color you want. I mean, it's just really an awesome thing. Home ownership gives you pride in everything, in your home and in your area where you live.
Hi, my name is Deanna Dellinger, and along with Renee Stiles, we are the Deanna Renee team. We get calls and emails every day from people just like you looking for help in making their move to East Tennessee. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us an email, or send us a text. All the information is in the description below so we can help you make a smooth move to East Tennessee.